Have you wondered why a certain question appears in the examination? See, there could be two reasons. The first one is that that topic is a favorite of UPSC. That topic or that theme has been asked several times by UPSC in the civil services examinations or the various other examinations conducted by UPSC. There's another reason which I'll talk about in the later part of the video. But before all of that, let's look at the question. This question was asked in 2021. What is the question? Which one of the following ancient towns is well known for its elaborate system of water harvesting and management by building a series of dams and channelizing water into connected reservoirs? We have four options: Dholavira, Kalibangan, Rakhigarhi, Ropar. If we look at this question is from the theme, the various important sites of Indus Valley Civilization. And this is a theme which is often repeated. We'll look at some questions later on this theme. But then, before we move on to the questions, we'll first understand this topic. We'll study this topic very well. Hello, my name is Arunav and welcome to UPSC Warriors, which is your one-stop destination for all your general studies needs in English medium. Let's move. So the first site that we're going to talk about is Harappa. Now, you can see there's location, river and excavator, and there's a picture. This picture is of Harappan site, and Harappa was the first place that was excavated. So, the Indus Valley Civilization is also known as the Harappan Civilization. Okay? So, because that was the first site that was excavated. Now, why is it important to know the river? Because most of the famous Harappan sites are on the banks of rivers, and it's highly likely that UPSC will ask you the river along with the site. There's another thing which is important, that is the name of the excavator. They might ask this as well in the form of match the following. And the fourth thing that we should be knowing is what was found in that site, and also what features are, something, if we can find something special about that place. So those features we have to know very well. So coming to Harappa again, where is it currently? It's in Pakistan, which is Punjab. Okay, so wherever there's Punjab, the eastern part of Punjab, of Pakistan, there's Punjab. So there it is. The river Ravi flows through Harappa, and the excavator is Dayaram Sahani in 1921 and MS Watts in 1940. Okay. So this is the basic about Harappa. How do we remember Ravi? So RA, Ravi, Harappa has RA. So this is how we can remember Harappa, Ravi river. Now let's look at what was found at Harappa. 2 rows of 6 granaries. So by this we understand that it was an agricultural surplus civilization. Okay, agriculture surplus civilization. That's something we understand, because granaries are there. It means they have been storing grains there. Okay. Now there's evidence of coffin burial and cemetery culture. So they used to bury the dead there. Okay. Single room barracks have been found in Harappa. Now single room barracks, we understand that these barracks were where most of the people from the lower strata lived, okay, or the workers lived. Now what has been found? 2 red stone idols of a dancing girl and naked bust of male female genitalia. Okay. Now dancing girl, now you will hear about dancing girl a lot, but that's a different one, that's a bronze one. This is a red stone idol. Okay. So this we have to remember. And there's also evidence of direct trade and interaction with Mesopotamia. Where is Mesopotamia? That is in current Iran. So the Mesopotamian civilization was a contemporary of the Indus Valley civilization, that we have to remember. So Mesopotamians are also known as Sumerians. So sometimes in the question it might appear as Sumerians also. Okay. So these are the features of what has been found in Harappa. Next we move to Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro means mound of dead. Location is in Pakistan, in Sindh region. The river is Indus, again very important, remember this. The Indus river flows through Mohenjo-daro. This is a picture of Mohenjo-daro. Excavator Rakhal Das Banerjee, who excavated it in 1922, John Marshall in 1931, Kashinath Dikshit and Ernest J.H. Mackay in 1938. So we have to remember all these names, the river and the location. Okay. Let's see what was found. Multi-pillared assembly hall. Now we are not very sure of what the political system was, but then we understand some sort of assembly hall was there. Okay. Now the Great Bath, which is present in Mohenjo-daro, now that was a public place, the Great Bath, which is most probably used for rituals, some sort of rituals. Okay. Now again I said most probably. Now the problem here is a lot of things that we have found in the form of manuscripts or written form, we have not been able to decipher it. That is the reason a lot of things that I would be telling you would be most probably, right. So we are not very sure of that. Again, there is a large granary present, so agriculture surplus. Piece of woven cloth which was cotton. So we understand that the Harappans knew about cotton. Bronze dancing girl. So bronze dancing girl, it's very important. I'll show you the picture of the bronze dancing girl. Also remember, this was the Bronze Age. Now the Harappans did not know about iron, but they knew about bronze. Okay, remember this, they had no idea about iron, but they knew about bronze, and bronze casting technique was quite famous in the Harappan civilization. Discovery of human skeletons together. Now I told you they did not know about iron, but we've discovered human skeletons together in a pit, which in a way shows that there might have been some sort of conflict. Although there was conflict, they had no idea about iron, so they could not make weapons for sure, that we know, right. So some sort of conflict must have happened there, but they did not know of iron weapons. Seals of Mother Goddess, Pashupati and bearded man were found. Now these are very important. Seals in the Indus Valley times were mostly used for trade or as a sort of currency, as we can say, and those were also sort of what we use as postage stamps today. So those were also used as that. So of Mother Goddess, Pashupati and bearded man, photos of which I'll show you, and bangles made of clay were found. Now these are the images. Mother Goddess, Pashupati seal, this is the dancing girl, and this is the bearded man. Okay, so all these were found in Mohenjo-daro. Then we move to Lothal. This is a picture of Lothal, you can see. Lothal is in Gujarat, Ahmedabad district. Where is it? Confluence of Bhogava and Sabarmati river. That's where this place Lothal is. Excavator S.R. Rao in 1957. Let's move to the features. It was a dockyard. Now because it is at the confluence of two rivers, Bhogava and Sabarmati, so we understand that it was very easy for that place to become a dockyard. And because it was a dockyard, so there was sea trade with other countries as well, mostly the Mesopotamians. Okay, so it was a sea trade center and bead making factory. Houses with entrances on the main street. Now, most of the Harappan sites, if we see, so the entrances to the houses were not from the front. The main entrance was towards the right. But here in Lothal, it's peculiar. We find that the entrances were on the main street itself. Evidence of double burial, that is male and female together were buried. So this we find in Lothal. Seal of Mesopotamia found, of course, because it was a dockyard sea trade center, and like I said, they had trade ties with Mesopotamia, so it's very natural for us to find seals of Mesopotamia there. Terracotta model of a ship was also found, and fire altars were also found. Fire altars basically means that there were some sort of rituals being practiced, but we don't know of the religion of the Harappans. So that is all about Lothal. Then the next site is Kalibangan. Kalibangan basically is black bangles, right? This is a site and it is in Rajasthan, so Hanumangarh, that's where this site is. It's on the bank of the river Ghaggar. So you have to remember this, Kalibangan is on the banks of the river Ghaggar. Excavator Amalanand Ghosh in 1953 and Dr. B.B. Lal and B.K. Thapar in 1961. So let's see what was found in Kalibangan. A ploughed field. This you have to remember that what was found in Kalibangan, a ploughed field was found in Kalibangan. Okay. Fire altars again were found, so some sort of ritual. Bones of camel. Now UPSC has a knack of asking questions about which animals did the Harappans know about. So they knew about camel. So bones were found, hence they knew about camel. So we have to remember this. Now this town was not well planned and there was no drainage system. If we look at other towns or other sites of Indus Valley, we will see that most of these towns are very well planned. They have a proper drainage system, but not Lothal. Lothal was not well planned, no drainage system was found there. Burials in circular and rectangular graves were found, and evidence of pre-Harappan civilization at lower layer of excavation, and mature Harappan at upper layer of excavation. Now what is this? Now the Harappan civilization is divided into 3 phases. The first is pre-Harappan, so that is before the Harappan civilization was at its peak. It just started, so that is pre-Harappan civilization. Then comes the mature, where it was at its peak, and later Harappan civilization basically was when the Harappan civilization was declining. So we have 3 stages of the Harappan civilization. Now what do we find here in Kalibangan? We have evidence of pre-Harappan civilization. So it was an old site at lower level of excavation. Now what is that? Let's assume this is the ground. This is the ground level. Okay. Beneath this, there will be excavations going on. Now, if we look at the most logical thing, that the oldest layer will be at the most bottom, right? Then above it will be a newer layer and this will be the newest one. Okay, so this will be the oldest, this will be the newest. So this is what it said. So lower layer of excavation, it has the pre-Harappan civilization, and the mature one is found at upper layer of excavation. So what we can understand from this, that Kalibangan as a Harappan site did not exist till the later part, because we find the mature layer at the upper part itself. So we can say that after the mature part, it quickly declined. Okay, so that's one thing we understand. Decorative bricks were used in flooring only at this site. Now if there's something peculiar about that site, we have to remember that, and that is this point. Decorative bricks were found in the flooring style, okay, only at this site. Fine, so let's move to the next one, which is Chanhudaro. Chanhudaro is again at Pakistan, at Sindh province. The river again is Indus. It's very close to Mohenjo-daro, by the way. Excavator N.G. Mazumdar 1931 and Ernest J.H. Mackay 1938. This is a picture of Chanhudaro site. What was found? Remains of both pre-Harappan and mature Harappan culture. Now I told you what's pre, mature and later. Bead factory was found here, so beads were made at Chanhudaro, that we understand. Residents were good craftsmen. Again, we understand that also because there's a bead factory there. So it's common sense, so that the residents are going to be good craftsmen. No fortified structure was found, okay, and only Harappan city without a citadel. Now what is a citadel? Most of the Harappan sites or cities or towns were divided into 2 sectors. So there was this upper and then there was this lower part of the city. So this was called the citadel. Now who lived in the citadel? The most important people, the rich people, the people who were governing that town, those are the people who lived in the citadel, okay. And then the common people lived here in the lower part of the city. This we find in almost every city, but not at Chanhudaro, okay. So this is the only Harappan city without a citadel. So this upper part of the city was not there in Chanhudaro. Therefore, there was no fortified structure found, because fortified structures are found around the citadel. So no fortified structure because no citadel there. Evidence of human sacrifice has been found there in Chanhudaro. Now remember, this was not the Vedic age where we will find animal sacrifice or something of that sort, but we found human sacrifice at Chanhudaro. Clay model of a four-wheeler again is not a car, but something that has 4 wheels and is used as a mode of transport. Okay, so that is found in Chanhudaro. Bronze model of roofed chariot was also found at Chanhudaro. Again, Bronze Age, so very natural for us to find a bronze model of something, which is maybe roof chariot or a dancing girl, which we found again, dancing girl at Mohenjo-daro and roof chariot here in Chanhudaro. So these are the sites here, famous Harappan sites in the map, and we have looked at some of these. So I would request you to pause this video and find out the sites here in this map if you can figure out where it is. Okay, so let's move. Next is Rangpur. Now Rangpur is in Gujarat near Lothal itself. Okay, the river is Bhadar, and excavator MS Watts 1931, SR Rao, who excavated this place in 1953 and 1954. So I could not find a very good image of Rangpur, so I have not put it up here. And if we look at what has been found, remains of both pre-Harappan and mature Harappan culture, yellow and grey color pots of pre-Harappan people were found here at Rangpur. Then there's Banawali. Where is this? It's in Haryana, in Hisar district. Rangoi river is the river that flows through it. Excavator RS Bisht 1973 to 1974 was when the excavation was carried out here. Now Banawali, what was found there? It was a center of pre-Harappan, mature Harappan and late Harappan civilization. Now this is one of those sites where you find all the 3 phases of Harappan civilization. High quality barley was found here. Ceramics and steatite seal was found here. Fire altars were found. Clay model of a plough. Plough because again high quality barley was found here, which means agriculture was prevalent in this area. So again we found a clay model of plough. And then seals found only in lower town, not in the citadel. Again, like I said, there's citadel and then there's the lower part of the city. So seals were found only in the lower part, not in the citadel in this location. Okay. Moving on to the next one, there's Alamgirpur. Now remember something about Alamgirpur. It was the easternmost point of the Indus Valley civilization. Alamgirpur is in Meerut, UP, western Uttar Pradesh, and the river that flows is Hindon through it. Excavator was Y.D. Sharma in 1958. And what was found here? Late Harappan culture was found, and pottery and beads was found in Alamgirpur. So the only thing we have to remember about Alamgirpur is that it was the easternmost point up till where we found the Harappan civilization. Then there's Kot Diji. Kot Diji is also close to Mohenjo-daro. It's in Pakistan, Sindh, Indus River, and excavator G.S. Ghure 1935 and Fazal Ahmad Khan 1955. Okay, so 1935 and 1955. Okay, and it is a pre-Harappan site. Pottery and beads were found here. Then there's Amri. Amri is in Pakistan, Sindh, River Indus. Again, this is very close to the Mohenjo-daro site. Excavator N.G. Mazumdar 1929. Pre-Harappan site it is, and remains of rhinoceros. Now this becomes very important. We have to remember that rhinoceros was found there in the area where the Harappan sites were there, and we found remains of rhinoceros in Amri. Fire altars were also present there. Now if we see here, this let me just change the color of the pen. Okay, so this is the site where there's Amri. Okay, and I would request you to locate all the other sites that we studied right now. So pause the video, find those areas here on this map. Then there's Ropar. Ropar is in Punjab on the banks of Satluj river. Excavator Y.D. Sharma 1955 to 56. What was found? A cemetery was found. Seals and earthen pot were also found. Buildings mainly made of stone and soil. Now this is important because on the other sides we find houses that were made of burnt bricks. Okay, but here we find buildings made of stone and soil. So this becomes important. Evidence of burying dog below human. Okay, so dogs were men's best friend from a very long time, that we already know. and we get evidence of burying a dog below a human here in Ropar. Okay. Then Surkotada. Surkotada is in Gujarat in the Kutch region. River Sabarmati flows through it. Excavator is J.P. Joshi 1964. And Surkotada, what has been found? Bones of horse and graveyard. Okay. Now, bones of horse. This is very interesting because in the year 2017, UPSC had asked a question whether the Harappans were aware of horse. Now, there are a lot of sources which tell us that in Surkotada, horse bones were found. But in the answer key, the UPSC said that the Harappans were not aware of the animal called horse. However, I have mentioned it here because it has been given in a lot of standard books and standard resources that horse bones were found in Surkotada. Therefore, I have given it. Again, UPSC says according to their answer key, the Harappans did not know about horse, but historical sources tell us that they knew. Graveyard was found. Okay, so that's all about Surkotada. Suktagendor, and this area is in Pakistan, Sindh, and River Dasht or Dashak, excavator A. Stain and George Dales in 1929. Now, Suktagendor is the westernmost tip of the Harappan civilization. Okay. What has been found here? Ash-filled pot and pottery, copper X, remember, not iron X. Copper X was found. Earthen bangles, originally a port. So, this was basically a port originally, but it was cut off from sea due to coastal uplift. I will show you in the map where Suktagendor is. Trade links with Babylon. Okay. So, these again, because it was a port, so of course, it had some trade links. Dholavira. Dholavira is in Gujarat, Kutch region. The river Luni flows through it. Excavator J.P. Joshi 1968 and R.S. Bisht 1990 to 2005. Now, Dholavira, if we see, you have to look at this slide with utmost focus because a giant water reservoir was found here, unique water harvesting system, an inscription comprising 10 large sized signs of the Harappan script similar to a signboard was found here. So, what we know, 10 large sized signs of Harappan script which is similar to a signboard, looks like a signboard. It was found here and it had a unique water harvesting system. This we have to remember. Now, it shows all three phases of Harappan culture, pre, mature and later. Large scale use of sandstone along with mud brick that we have found, and evidences of irrigation, dams and embankments. Of course, if we take these 3 points, giant water reservoir, unique water harvesting system, evidences of irrigation, dams and embankments. So, all these three add up to the fact that they knew much about irrigation. They were very good with irrigation. Okay, so, we understand that. Then there is Rakhigarhi, location is Haryana near Hisar, river Ghaggar, excavator Amarendra Nath. Now, it is important to note that Rakhigarhi is the largest Harappan site, the largest. There is no other site in the Indian subcontinent that is bigger than Rakhigarhi. It is the biggest one, okay, the largest. It has again shows all three phases of Harappan culture, pre, mature, later. Dancing girl engraving on a fragmented artifact of thick sturdy redware. I will show you this. Dancing girl, where did we find? Mohenjo-daro. Okay. So, we find a similar dancing girl's image here, that is an artifact which is found on a redware. Okay. So, this is the image that is found in Rakhigarhi. Now, if we look at this image, it looks very much like the dancing girl that was found in Mohenjo-daro, the bronze statue that was found in Mohenjo-daro. Okay. Now, famous Harappan sites, this is the map, find what all the sites that we studied right now, and I will show you here. Let me just change the color of the pen. Yeah. So, here is Suktagendor. Okay. The one I said is the westernmost site of the Harappan civilization. Okay. Then let's come to this previous year question again. Which one of the following ancient towns is well known for its elaborate system of water harvesting and management by building a series of dams and channelizing water into connected reservoirs? A. Dholavira, B. Kalibangan, C. Rakhigarhi, or D. Ropar? I want you to pause this video and give the answer to this in the comments, okay, because we've just read about this. And now this is the slide on which we read about this question. Now, why was this question asked in the year 2021? I told you the first one that these themes are favorites of UPSC. There's another reason. The reason is, in the year 2021, this location, Dholavira, was given a place in UNESCO's World Heritage List. Okay, this is a news from PIB where it has been announced. Okay, and this was done, if you look at the date, it is 27th of July 2021, and the prelims of UPSC CSE was held on 10th October 2021. That is why this question was asked, because it was in the news. So two reasons why a question can be asked. Number one, that theme is often repeated by UPSC in civil services examinations or other examinations conducted by UPSC, and the second reason is that it is probably in the news. Okay, so these are the two reasons. Another previous year question: which of the following is not a Harappan site? Chanhudaro, Kotdiji, Sogora, Desalpur. You have to pause this video here and give the answer in the comments. We've almost covered most of the most famous Harappan sites, and also I've shown you in the map the locations. You'll be able to answer this one. Again, if you were not able to answer, pause the video, go through this one, this map, and you'll be able to answer this question. And the last one, you have to match the following, which was asked in the year 2002. Okay, so ancient site and finding what was found in Lothal, you have to see, and that is a dockyard. Okay, so now if we go for A2, how many A2s do we have? So it's not here, it's not here. So we have two options now. Okay, now we recently, just a few minutes ago we saw about Dholavira, right? So what did we see about Dholavira? Can you pause it and tell? So just pause the video and tell me this, okay? So now if we go at Dholavira, we saw about those 10 inscriptions, like a signboard and everything, right? So this, it's C4. So the moment we say C4, we have the answer. And again, B1, of course, Kalibangan. Remember, a ploughed field was found there. And Banawali, terracotta replica of a plough was found. This you remember, I am sure. Okay. So that was all in this video. And if you want to know how to, if you have not yet started your preparation basically for history, then you can click on this video where you'll know exactly which sources to follow, how to study history. And also, if you really like this video, you have to give a thumbs up to this video. And like I said, you have answered the questions in the comments, I'm sure. And if you want to know anything else or some topic on which you want me to make a video, then let me know in the comments, and share and also subscribe to this channel, that is UPSC Warriors by Unacademy. Thank you so much.